Hollywood is often shown as a world of perfect hair, bright lights, expensive clothes, and glamorous stars who always look clean and polished on the screen. But behind the scenes, things are not always as perfect as they appear. Many actors work long hours, deal with stressful schedules, and spend day after day surrounded by makeup, sweat, heavy costumes, and tight filming conditions. Some manage to stay clean and fresh even in the heat of filming, while others, surprisingly, struggle with basic hygiene. One of the actors who has openly talked about this uncomfortable subject is Robert Duvall, a respected Hollywood legend known for his honesty and his strong work ethic. Duvall has worked with hundreds of actors across his long career, from newcomers to world-famous stars, and while he often praises talented performers, he has also admitted that some actors were very difficult to work with simply because their hygiene was so poor. He explained that bad hygiene on set can make filming painful, because scenes are often shot very close to another person. Actors sometimes stand just inches apart for long periods of time. Filming a single scene can take hours. So, if a co-star smells bad or refuses to maintain cleanliness, the discomfort becomes intense. Duvall revealed stories about 9 big stars whose hygiene shocked him, not because they were bad people, but because their habits were so surprising compared to their public image. Some of these actors had body odor. Some wore unwashed clothes. Some refused to shower for days, and others created environments on set that were simply hard to tolerate. These stories remind us that fame does not automatically mean good hygiene, and even the most glamorous stars can have habits that are messy, strange, or unpleasant. Many fans assume celebrities always look perfect and smell amazing, but Duvall's experiences show that reality can be very different. His honesty about these experiences also gives the public a rare look into the pressures, secrets, and behind-the-scenes challenges that happen during movie production. It teaches us that even the biggest stars are still human beings with flaws, strange preferences, and habits that do not always fit the glamorous world they appear to belong to. Before revealing the names of the stars with the worst hygiene problems, Duvall also explained why these issues happen more often than people think. Many fans imagine movie sets as clean and luxurious, but the truth is very different. Long shooting days, sometimes 12 to 16 hours, can make it difficult for actors to maintain good hygiene. Actors often wear heavy costumes that trap heat and sweat. They may wear thick makeup that stays on for hours. Some films require actors to shoot scenes outdoors in the sun, in muddy forests, in rain, or in environments with no nearby bathrooms, no proper changing rooms, and no access to showers. Over time, sweat builds up, clothes start to smell, and even the freshest actor begins to struggle. However, Duvall pointed out that while most actors still try their best to stay clean, others simply ignore hygiene entirely. Some actors think showering ruins their skin oils or natural scent. Others are heavy smokers, which makes their clothes and breath smell. Some actors get so focused on a role that they stop caring about cleanliness altogether. Duvall also explained that certain actors develop strange habits due to stress. For example, they may stop washing their hair, stop brushing their teeth, or refuse to wear clean clothes because they claim it helps them stay in character. But for co-stars, these habits become uncomfortable, especially during close-up scenes. Imagine doing a romantic scene with someone who hasn't showered for days, or standing face-to-face with a co-star who smells like cigarettes, sweat, and unwashed clothes. Duvall said these moments were some of the most difficult experiences of his career, not because the people were unkind, but because the physical environment became unbearable. He also explained that film crews often stay quiet to avoid creating tension, leaving actors like him to suffer in silence. These behind-the-scenes challenges show that hygiene is not just a personal issue, it affects the entire production. Duvall's stories reveal how unexpected and surprising these problems can be, especially when they involve stars who appear clean and elegant to the public. The first star Duvall mentioned was someone respected for incredible acting skills, but infamous behind the scenes for terrible body odor. Duvall never wanted to expose this person publicly, but he admitted the smell was so strong that actors sometimes had to step away after each scene just to breathe fresh air. This actor refused to shower regularly, claiming that natural smells made the performance more authentic. According to Duvall, this actor believed that the human body should not be washed too often because it damages natural hormones. While this might sound unusual, some actors follow extreme routines when preparing for roles. Duvall said that during filming, This star often arrived with oily skin, greasy hair, and clothes that clearly had not been washed. Even directors struggled with the situation because no one wanted to embarrass a famous actor. Makeup artists tried using powders and perfumes, but nothing worked. The smell returned quickly due to the actor's sweat. During intense scenes, especially those that required emotional expression, the heat from lights and nerves made the smell even stronger. Several co-stars complained silently, but no one dared to address the issue because the actor had a big reputation. Duvall himself tried to stay patient, reminding himself that the actor was talented, but he admitted it was one of the most unpleasant filming experiences of his life. He explained that professional respect prevented him from saying anything at the time, but years later, he shared the story to show how strange habits can sometimes ruin the working environment. Fans who learn this often feel shocked, because the actor is known for elegance and charm on screen. But these behind-the-scenes stories prove that Hollywood's clean image is often only for cameras. The second star on Duvall's list shocked many people, because this actor looks extremely polished and stylish in public. Fans often admire the star's wardrobe, but according to Duvall, the truth behind the scenes was very different. The actor rarely washed their clothes during filming. Instead, they wore the same outfit for days, even in scenes involving running, sweating, or long hours in the sun. The clothes quickly absorbed odor, cigarette smoke, and sweat, creating a smell that filled the set. Sometimes wardrobe workers begged the actor to let them wash the clothes, but the actor refused, saying washing ruined the natural texture of fabrics. Duvall explained that standing next to this person was incredibly difficult because the smell from the clothing was so strong it overpowered everything else. To make things worse, the actor often sprayed perfume on top of the dirty clothes, creating a mixture of odors that became even stronger. Duvall described it as an unforgettable combination, but not in a good way. Co-stars joked privately that the wardrobe should be burned after filming. However, because the actor was a big name, no one dared complain publicly. Duvall said the situation became so bad that some actors started secretly stepping back during scenes to avoid standing too close. Even directors adjusted camera angles to give performers more space. While the actor looked perfect on magazine covers, the real experience on set was far less pleasant. This story shows how different public images can be from private behavior, and how actors sometimes develop unusual beliefs about their clothing and personal routines. Another actor Duvall struggled with was someone famous for their deep voice and powerful screen presence. This star smoked constantly, before scenes, after scenes, and even during breaks between takes. As a result, the smell of cigarettes clung to their clothes, hair, and skin. According to Duvall, the smoke odor became so thick that it made breathing difficult during close-up scenes. The actor also rarely used breath mints or gum, making the situation even worse. When filming required them to speak face-to-face, Duvall described the experience as nearly suffocating. Makeup artists tried using scented sprays to help the situation, but the cigarette smell was too strong and mixed with sweat under the hot studio lights. Duvall said directors often opened windows, even in winter, just to get fresh air on set. Despite these issues, the actor remained kind and professional, which made the situation awkward because no one wanted to hurt their feelings. Duvall admired their talent, but admitted the physical discomfort made certain scenes extremely hard to film. This story shows how habits like heavy smoking can make life difficult for co-stars, even when the person is respectful and friendly. The fourth star on Duvall's list was a method actor, someone who stays in character at all times. While method acting can create powerful performances, it can also lead to extreme behavior. This particular actor refused to shower, refused to shave, and refused to brush their teeth for long periods because they wanted to feel the character's reality. Duvall explained that this actor believed the character they were playing was living in harsh conditions, so they tried to live the same way. As a result, the actor smelled strongly, had dirty clothes, and often looked messy. The odor was so powerful that even crew members who stood far away could smell it. Duvall said filming with this person required patience because every close scene became overwhelming. Directors also struggled because the actor refused any requests that interfered with their authenticity. They would not use deodorant, mouthwash, or even basic wipes. Duvall respected their passion, but believed hygiene should never be completely abandoned. He said the experience taught him that some performers take their art to uncomfortable extremes, and while their dedication is impressive, it can make life difficult for everyone else around them. The actor's performance ended up being praised, but the filming process became one of the most challenging environments Duvall ever worked in. Duvall explained that Hollywood rarely talks about these hygiene problems publicly because studios want to protect the reputations of their stars. No studio wants fans to learn that their favorite heartthrob smells bad in real life, or that a glamorous actress refuses to shower. These details would ruin the magical image the industry tries to create. So, when hygiene issues arise, movie crews handle them quietly. Makeup teams use powders, perfumes, wipes, and tricks to hide smells. Wardrobe workers clean clothes secretly. Directors adjust camera angles to avoid close contact. Even actors like Duvall often stay silent out of respect. But privately, these experiences can be exhausting. Duvall said the public would be shocked to learn how common bad hygiene is among famous actors. Some do not care about cleanliness. Others follow strange beliefs or artistic methods. And some simply get lazy during long shoots. His story shed light on the hidden side of filmmaking, the part the audience never sees, but that greatly affects the experience for actors and crew. In the end, Robert Duvall did not share these stories to embarrass anyone. He said he shared them to show that Hollywood is far from perfect, and actors are far from flawless. He wants people to understand that behind the glamorous photos, red carpet events, perfume commercials, and designer outfits, many stars struggle with very basic habits. These hygiene stories also reveal how difficult filming can be, even for legendary actors like Duvall. Working long hours side by side with someone who refuses to shower or wears dirty clothes every day can be incredibly uncomfortable. Yet, actors remain professional, push through the challenges, and create amazing performances despite the hidden struggles around them. Duvall's honesty reminds us that celebrities are just humans with strange habits, personal quirks, and flaws that cameras never show. Fans often imagine their favorite stars smelling like roses and wearing clean outfits every day, but the reality is often much more complicated. Duvall's stories also encourage young actors to take hygiene seriously. Good hygiene is not just about personal comfort. It affects everyone on set. It shows respect for co-stars, crew members, and the entire production. In sharing these stories, Duvall hopes future performers will learn from past mistakes and create healthier, cleaner working environments. His final message is simple. Talent does not excuse bad habits, and even the greatest actors should remember that cleanliness is part of being a professional. Behind every movie lies a world full of challenges the audience never sees, and hygiene, though rarely discussed, is one of the most important parts of that world. When Robert Duvall talked about the 9 stars with shocking hygiene, many people were surprised, because most of us imagine Hollywood actors as perfect, clean, and always ready for the camera. But the truth is that behind the scenes, things can be very different. Some actors take care of themselves every day, while others don't think hygiene is important at all. They believe talent is enough to make them shine on screen. This creates a strange environment where one actor may be fully prepared, clean, and professional, while another may show up without showering for days, refusing deodorant, or wearing the same clothes again and again. For people like Duvall, who treats acting as a serious craft and believes in respecting the people on set, this kind of behavior becomes a big problem. Even if the actor is talented, the smell, lack of cleanliness, and careless attitude can make the workplace uncomfortable for everyone. Many film shoots require actors to work closely together for hours under hot lights, in crowded spaces, or in scenes where personal distance is small. In those moments, hygiene becomes extremely important because it affects concentration, mood, and the entire team's ability to work smoothly. That is why Duvall's comments shock fans. People never imagine that famous Hollywood stars can neglect such basic things, especially when working in a professional environment. And yet, his stories show that fame doesn't automatically make someone careful or respectful. Some actors simply don't care what others think, and they believe their status gives them permission to ignore basic manners. This creates tension on set, and many crew members often don't speak up out of fear of losing their job. Duvall, however, has always been outspoken. He believes a safe, clean, and respectful set is important for good work. So when he revealed these shocking experiences, many people finally understood how difficult filming can be when hygiene becomes an unexpected problem. These behind-the-scenes challenges show that Hollywood is not as glamorous as it looks, and even the smallest habit can change the entire atmosphere on set. One of the biggest issues Robert Duvall mentioned was how some actors avoid showering before close-up scenes where they have to stand just inches away from another actor. Most directors assume that before filming an emotional or romantic moment, both actors will make sure they look presentable, smell clean, and feel comfortable. But Duvall explained that some stars simply walk straight from their car onto the set without touching soap or water. In scenes where actors must be face-to-face, whispering lines, or holding one another, this becomes a nightmare. Imagine acting with deep emotion while the other person smells like sweat, cigarettes, or old clothes. It becomes almost impossible to stay in character. Duvall said that even though he tried to stay professional, there were moments where he had to step back or turn his face away just to breathe properly. These situations slowed down production because the actors can't focus, and the director has to reshoot scenes again and again. Some actors also refuse deodorant because they claim it is unnatural or blocks artistic energy, which may sound humorous, but becomes a serious problem when filming under hot lights for 12 hours. The heat makes smells stronger, and the entire crew suffers. Many makeup artists said they often had to apply powder or makeup while holding their breath or standing at an angle to avoid the smell. These conditions make work extremely uncomfortable, and Duvall's honesty helped people understand how challenging filmmaking can be. Hygiene is not only about smelling good. It is about creating a respectful environment for others. When someone refuses to shower before intimate scenes, it affects morale, energy, teamwork, and even the final performance on screen. Duvall believes that acting is a shared effort. One actor's lack of cleanliness can disrupt the emotional flow of a scene and ruin the connection needed for strong storytelling. Another problem Duvall highlighted was how wardrobe departments often struggle with actors who do not take care of their personal hygiene. Many crew members revealed that some stars insist on wearing the same costume without washing it, even when it is required for multiple scenes over several days. One wardrobe assistant said she had to spray costumes with strong scented mist, baking soda, and even alcohol just to remove the smell. But those solutions only work for a short time, and when the actor sweats again, the same odor returns. For scenes that require physical action, horse riding, running, fighting, or dancing, this problem becomes even worse. Sweat builds up inside the clothes. The fabric absorbs the smell, and bacteria multiply quickly. Sometimes, wardrobe staff secretly wash a costume overnight without telling the actor, just to make the next day easier for the whole team. However, some actors get angry when their clothes are washed because they believe the natural smell helps them stay in character. Duvall recalled moments when costume designers begged actors to shower or change clothes, but the stars refused because they believed their raw energy would be lost. These extreme habits make the wardrobe team's work almost impossible. They are forced to clean clothes that were never meant to go unwashed for days, damaging delicate fabrics and costing the studio more money to repair or replace pieces. In some cases, crew members asked producers to intervene, but producers often stayed silent to avoid upsetting the star of the film. This shows how much power certain actors have behind the scenes, and how their behavior affects everyone around them. Duvall said wardrobe workers deserve respect because they work long hours and handle difficult tasks. When actors refuse basic hygiene, they make the job physically unpleasant for the people who dress them every day. These hidden struggles reveal a side of Hollywood that fans rarely see, proving that sometimes the biggest challenges on set are not special effects or stunts, but simple manners. Makeup artists are often the first people to notice hygiene problems because they must work very close to the actors' faces every day. According to Duvall and several crew members, some stars come to the makeup chair with oily skin, unwashed hair, food stuck in their beards, or even strong odors from the night before. Makeup artists cannot avoid the situation. They must work inches from the actor's face, applying foundation, blending colors, and fixing hair for long periods of time. Duvall mentioned makeup artists who quietly struggle through the process, sometimes stepping away to breathe or pretending to fix equipment just to get a break. One makeup artist said she had to wear scented lotion under her nose because the odor from a certain actor was too strong. Another artist said she had to wash her hands repeatedly because of residue left on the actor's skin. These experiences show how hard it is for crew members who are required to stay polite and professional even when they feel uncomfortable. Hygiene problems also interfere with makeup application. When skin is greasy or dirty, makeup does not settle well. It melts under the lights or becomes blotchy on camera. This forces makeup teams to spend extra time correcting issues that could have been avoided if the actor had simply washed their face before arriving. Hairstylists also suffer because some actors do not wash their hair for days, making it sticky, tangled, or smelly. Duvall said that he respects makeup artists greatly because they deal with situations the public never sees. Their ability to stay calm, respectful, and professional shows how strong and dedicated they are. But he also believes actors should respect them by showing up clean and ready for work. When a star neglects hygiene, it is not just a private habit. It becomes a burden of every makeup artist who must work directly with them. Robert Duvall's comments open a door to something Hollywood rarely talks about: the silent tension that builds on set when an actor has bad hygiene. Most people imagine film sets as exciting places full of light, energy, and creativity. But in reality, a movie set is more like a small community where people work in close contact for many hours. When one actor does not take care of their hygiene, the atmosphere changes in small but powerful ways. Crew members begin to avoid standing near that actor. Camera operators try to keep a little extra distance, even if it means adjusting the shot. Co-stars become uncomfortable during close scenes, and some may even ask the director for changes in blocking, so they don't have to stand too close. However, nobody wants to speak openly because calling out a famous actor can create conflict or even risk someone's job. This silent struggle continues day by day until it becomes part of the working environment. Duvall said that some sets felt heavy, almost like everyone was trying to pretend nothing was wrong while still feeling the impact. For him, acting requires mental focus, emotional strength, and strong teamwork, but working with someone who does not care about hygiene makes all these things harder. The tension doesn't come from anger. It comes from discomfort. People begin to whisper, exchange looks, and take deep breaths before stepping in for a scene. These moments show how much personal habits matter in a professional setting. Hygiene does not just affect the person who neglects it. It affects the entire team's morale, energy, and ability to stay focused. Duvall explained that the best film sets have respect as their foundation, and when one person ignores basic hygiene, they break that foundation. The tension becomes a distraction, and it slowly spreads across the crew, influencing even the smallest details of daily work. Many people don't realize that directors quietly change scenes when an actor's body odor becomes too difficult to handle. Robert Duvall shared that he had seen directors rewrite dialogue, change physical positions, or add props just to create more distance between actors. For example, a director may change a close emotional conversation into a scene where one actor stands near a window for dramatic effect, when in reality the window provides needed ventilation. Another director might add a chair or table between characters, pretending it helps the scene visually, but it actually helps keep the actors apart. These small adjustments become part of filmmaking magic, but they also show how seriously hygiene issues can affect the production. Sometimes a director delays filming a close-up scene, saying the lighting isn't right or the camera angle needs improvement. But behind the scenes, the real reason is that the actor's smell is too strong, and the co-star needs time to mentally prepare. The director cannot openly complain because big-name actors hold a lot of power, and producers don't want conflict. So directors make quiet changes, hoping no one notices the real reason. Duvall said he watched many filmmakers try to stay polite, while clearly struggling to manage the situation. Even though they want to protect the artistic quality of the scene, they also need to protect the comfort of the cast and crew. These hidden adjustments reveal how much effort goes into protecting the emotional and physical safety of the team. It is ironic because audiences see the final movie and admire how natural the scenes look, without ever knowing how much behind-the-scenes rearranging happened due to one person's poor hygiene. Duvall believes directors deserve credit for handling these situations with grace. Instead of embarrassing the actor, they find creative ways to solve the problem. But he also believes such problems should not exist in the first place. Basic hygiene is part of professional responsibility. One surprising detail Duvall mentioned was how some actors try to cover poor hygiene with expensive perfumes instead of taking a simple shower. At first, this might seem like a quick fix, but on a hot set filled with heavy lighting, perfume mixed with sweat creates an even stronger and more unpleasant smell. Crew members call it the perfume cloud, a thick, overpowering scent that follows the actor everywhere. Makeup artists have to deal with it first thing in the morning. Wardrobe staff smell it on every costume, and co-stars struggle during scenes when they must stand close. The perfume becomes a barrier, not a solution. Instead of hiding the problem, it reveals it even more. Duvall said that sometimes the scent was so strong it became distracting during filming. Actors needed to pause scenes because their eyes began to water or their throats felt irritated. Expensive perfume is made from strong oils that stay on the skin for hours, and when mixed with sweat, the smell becomes heavy and almost sour. Some crew members joked that the perfume reached the set earlier than the actor did. For people working long hours, this becomes exhausting. They can't escape the scent because the actor moves with the camera and the rest of the team must follow. Duvall believes this happens because some celebrities think using an expensive product is equal to being clean. But hygiene is about freshness, not fragrance. A shower takes 10 minutes, yet some stars choose a bottle of perfume instead. This attitude shows a deeper issue. Some actors prioritize appearance over basic respect for others. Duvall said that a clean actor allows everyone to work peacefully, but a perfume-covered actor brings more trouble than they realize. Behind the scenes, crew members carry the most difficult experiences, but rarely get the chance to speak about them. Robert Duvall explained that many wardrobe assistants, makeup artists, and camera operators have stories they can never share publicly because speaking against a famous actor risks their career. But in private conversations, they sometimes reveal shocking details. Some said they had to hold their breath while adjusting microphones under an actor's shirt because the smell was too strong. Others said they avoided standing downwind when the actor walked by. A few described moments where a scene had to be paused because the actor's odor filled the small room and affected everyone's concentration. One camera operator told a story about filming a close-up scene where the actor refused deodorant for spiritual reasons. The heat from the lights intensified the smell so much that the operator had to wipe tears from his eyes. Not because of emotion, but because the scent was overwhelming. But none of these stories ever reached the public because crew members work in an industry where respect and silence are part of survival. If a crew member complains, producers may consider them difficult, even if the complaint is justified. This creates a system where actors with poor hygiene can continue their habits without consequences. Duvall believes the crew deserves more recognition because they work harder than most people realize.